I've been working at Motorola for the past, seven and change, and said, I want to come home. Mom and dad are here. I want to spend some time. I want to get to know I'm it, and I want to be here, right? I want to meet my parents and hang out with them as an adult, right? Like it's a different relationship, and I wanted to have it. So came back in 2006, worked for Motorola remotely for about a year as I looked for a job in New York, and interviewed all over some media agencies, but then kind of knew that I had a little ADHD when it came to like what I wanted to do every day. Like I didn't want the same day. I didn't want to necessarily work on the same brand. I wanted to kind of have that mixture and, kind of whimsical fun with that. And someone said, well, you should probably go on the agency side. That's the only place that you're going to kind of get that, like, do something different every day, maybe see a bunch of different types of brands, and be able to, do some strategic work. So I then kind of changed my focus and, looked at the agency side. Went to a couple of general market agencies, really, enjoyed my conversations, but was just like, it was still going to be like a single brand kind of scenario. Like I was still going to get there and just work on like McDonald's or like, like one or the other. And I'm like, that's not quite it. Like I'm coming from that, right? I just worked on a brand solely, while different brands within, but it was still pretty much like the same.
And you're coming from brand side. So you already know.
Brand side. So I'm like, I'm already just mortified at the salary. So I'm already, because I'm coming from tech.
That was too real.
Like,
I keeps it low.
just like that, like the base, like is that what we're talking about here? So talking, and then finally get to dinner with a colleague actually from Motorola who introduced me to the head of HR for Uniworld at the time. We had dinner, and I was telling her kind of what I was looking for. It was kind of a weird, kind of fit, but she said, you know what? I think my boss would really like to meet you. So in short order, I met with Byron and went into the agency. And when I tell you, I left that meeting and I was like, I have to get this job. I have to get this job. I want this job. Like I was crazy. Like, why aren't they calling me? What is going on? Like I need.
What was it about the job that made you feel that way? What was it in the conversation that made you feel that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know at the time. I just felt so good. I just wanted it. Like, he was so much fun. Like he was super smart. He was super suave. Like he was, he was like Colt 45 and cocoa butter all together, and it was just like, black and brown people. Like it was just so, I didn't know what it was, but I just knew that I loved the conversation, that I had so much fun in the interviews. Like I just wanted it. And I got the call. I started in February of 2007. And I remember going to work. It probably took me about 2 weeks. And I was coming home. I got on the train and I said, oh my God, I know why this feels so good. I'm like, oh, I'm not wearing my skin to work.
Woo! Well, hold on. Wait, we go in the fourth period, y'all. Hold on. This is about to get real.
Woo! Yeah, we getting to the shit now. Now we get to the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. The bell's still going. Turn it off.
Yeah, no, that was that moment where I recognized that what Byron Lewis and the Uniworld family had built was a space and a place for all that was comfortable, that allowed you to think and not be so concerned about how you were showing up, right? Because when those other environments, like you're like, okay, let me not mess this up. Let me just get it. Okay, got it. All right. Like, so you get all this other tension along with the work. The work is already stressful enough. But then you're also now like, I got to be the best Black female person ever because I don't want to mess it up for everybody else. So there's just that extra bit of armor. There's just that I'm wearing my skin everywhere I go in these environments. at that time, I don't think I knew it was that heavy. But once I got into an environment that didn't require it, I felt so free. I felt so full. I felt so satisfied. I felt so seen. And that felt great. And at that point, I said, I'm home. If I can't make this work, I'm in trouble because I love it here.
Message.
I'm sorry, he got me. My bad.